Yeah. He's going wild on this camera. There's a good shot there. Look at that. See that telling you for you've got the two masts, the two turbines, and all at the right.
Free speech is the UK.
Pardon?
The UK. Listen.
Northeast UK. That is heading west. That is the very west point. 300 degrees. That is now at about 5 degrees to the Manzan or Sexton, however you want to see it.
And I'm in New Zealand, Christchurch, on the east coast, about 40 minutes away from my sea. Look at that, sun's getting brighter now.
Yeah. Look at this, look at the one in front of the camera. How do we get rid of that, bro? Oh, yeah.
This was done on live on TikTok. These guys do it all the time. This is the UK, and this is New Zealand. Sun is leaving. Simultaneously, sun is here. This is a Gleason's map. New Zealand is right here, and the UK is right over here. You'll see all of our other continents like North America, South America, Africa, Europe, and Asia, and then Australia is right here. And then this white ring that goes around us is Antarctica. Down here to the right and to the left shows how the sun goes around our home for the winter solstice and the summer solstice, which I'll get into that a little bit later. This is that same map with the compass on top of it. You'll notice the west and east down here. We have north directly in the middle. Everything south is Antarctica, which is why there's S's all around. This is the same Gleason's map. It's going to show you how the sun goes around our home. This shaded part is going to represent night. So New Zealand is right here, that little land, and the UK is right over here. Here's the sun, and you can barely see moon. Moon is on the equator. This is the red line, which is the equator. And then you have the Tropic of Cancer, and then the other yellow line out here is the Tropic of Capricorn. And again, this is just the compass, so you can see how the sun goes around our home, east to west. And I've added the constellations. And you'll be able to see all of the continents: North America, South America, Africa, Europe and Asia. Australia is right here. Again, Antarctica is the white ring that goes around our home. So as the sun starts going, because I'm going to speed it up, pay attention to the shaded part versus the light part. So now the UK is in the dark. I'm sorry, New Zealand is in the dark. And over here, as the sun leaves, the sunlight leaves UK, because remember he said he was on the East Coast, so he's on the very edge of the UK, right? So he's on the very edge of the UK, and he still can see the sun, but as the sun is leaving, look it, it's right over here, light in New Zealand. Boop. And that's how that works. So now I want to talk more about this down here and then this right here. This is our winter solstice, and it tells you all the details down here, but this is the sun, and then the rays represent the sun's light as it goes around our home, east to west. And as it goes around east to west, it simultaneously comes in closer towards the north and then back out towards the south. We only have magnetic north, and you'll notice some of the north actually has the light, which is why only the north gets 24-hour light. And so now we're at the summer solstice, where you see the sun is not out there, it's right here. And obviously the north is getting much more light. And you'll see our equators and our tropics right here still yet. And this will tell you all about it. So only places in the north will get a 24-hour sun, like Greenland and Norway, Alaska, Sweden. Parts of Russia will get 24-hour sun. But we will never get a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And I know that there's a documentary going out showing, that there was some guys who went and saw it and one was a flat earther. Nope, that's just made to keep people away from the truth. Just like they did the whole Behind the Curve documentary. That was just made for propaganda to keep people away from learning the truth. There's reasons why these guys use it. The International Maritime Organization uses it as their logo. The World Meteorological Organization, the United Nations, the World Health Organization. They don't use a globe because the Earth is not a globe. It's not a spinning, wobbling, tilted water ball rocket shooting through the universe at 500,000 miles per hour. It is a level, stationary plane, possibly bigger, with more land beyond Antarctica. This map was done in 1892, right before the 20th century, when they decided that they wanted to change the ideology. And all of these world organizations started to be formed and come together, and the Antarctica Treaty and NASA. Alexander Gleason, the guy who made this map, is a flat earther. And if you'll notice, there's like a bunch of little dots up in here, little slashes or whatever they are. But the sun is in it. That represents our firmament. So Alexander also accounted for the firmament when he made this map. And you'll see the little triangle. That represents the sundial as it goes around our home. And if you take it and flip it all the way this way, it perfectly goes on top of the North Pole, Polaris. Rockefeller is who funded our general education system. The government owns and controls all of the education systems and the buildings and the universities and the museums. The NSA and the CIA control the flow of information. They control what you see, what you post. They control the entertainment industry, the music industry, the gaming industry. Yes, it is a worldwide deception. They want you thinking that you are tiny and insignificant, living on a speck of dust, traveling through the universe, and that nothing matters, and that at any given moment, we could be taken out by an asteroid or another planet, and none of that is true. They want you to live in a constant state of fear. And truly, the only thing you need to fear is your government. The sun is not 400 times bigger than the Earth. The sun is not 93 million miles away. The stars are local. The moon is local. The sun is local. The moon is not a rock. You cannot land on it. You cannot go live on Mars. You cannot go live on Venus. They are just lights in the sky. In fact, the planets are called the wandering stars. The sky is a perfect clock and calendar. The sun represents the days, helps you keep track of the hours. The moon is there to keep track of the weeks per the month, which is why it has its phases. And the constellations are there for you to keep track of a year and for seasons. And that blue thing above your head, that's called the firmament. You are not monkeys. You are human beings. You're all intelligently designed. This home, this earth, is intelligently designed for you. You do not have to believe the philosophical and pseudoscience nonsense that they have brainwashed you to believe.